How did we miss this? A tweet from Roaring Kitty May 16th, 2024, showing a woman on a billboard shifting into Ryan Cohen's face, and we recently just saw Ryan Cohen change his profile picture on X to this sort of AI girl. We've talked recently about it before, but there's no joke that Roaring Kitty is either a time traveler or all of this is planned, and we're about to get another big leg up on GameStop as well as AMC, and the fun is nowhere near being over. What is going on, guys? Lottery Socks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a lot of stuff to cover, so make sure to watch until the end of the video. Thank you guys so much for watching, hitting that subscribe button, and hitting that like button. If this video gets to 1,000 likes, I will have a special video that I'm going to start working on in the background that I think you guys would find very entertaining as well as potentially educational. So make sure to like the video, get this to 1,000 likes. Okay, AMC just got another distribution deal, partnering with Sony Music Vision to bring the highly anticipated concert film to fans in cinemas around the world between September 12th as well as September 15th. I also personally added some AMC calls $6 strike September 20th. If you want to know my trades as soon as I take them, I drop them right in Discord. Now, I went to see Deadpool last night as well. Extremely good movie. Adam Aaron just dropped a tweet this morning as AMC keeps setting records. AMC's highest weekend, Thursday to Sunday, for attendance, admissions revenue, food and beverage revenue, and merchandise sales of 2024. Thanks to Deadpool and Wolverine, over 6 million guests graced our AMC theaters and Odeon cinemas. So more huge news for AMC. Shorts are apparently slowly adding. Short interest, according to Ortex, sitting at 16.41%. We just pay attention to this for the trend. I want to touch on a couple more things before we jump into the charts. Short seller Andrew Left pleads not guilty to fraud charges, and the judge imposes a $1 million collateralized bond. I don't know how this guy is going to get himself out of the situation. Another thing I wanted to talk about is token-backed AMC, showing the value of one AMC above $2,000, $2,218.79. Other tokens showing it above $10, so on and so forth. Are these quote-unquote glitches? Probably not, just because we saw something very similar with FTX. We realized they were backed one-to-one, and we saw non-coincidental price action glitches between AMC as well as the tokens. Investor Place posting another BS FUD article. GameStop red alert, sell GameStop stock now before it's too late. Now, I think this is a lawsuit in a nutshell, but that's just me. And I also think that they are just worried about you making a ton of money, and they want you to give short sellers a way out. GameStop is breaking under Roaring Kitty's average, now trading at $22.83, down 3.26% on the day. Now, this is very important, the fact that it's breaking down below Roaring Kitty's average. If we take a look at where we're trading at right now in this yellow zone, this is GameStop in the yellow zone, right after the green one, selling off, selling off, selling off even further. However, this never broke the lows that you saw in the red cycle. And if you take a look at GameStop now, it is getting very, very close, right? The low break under would be $22.36. In my opinion, GameStop has to bounce right here, and this is going to be a temporary bottom. If it doesn't bounce, then this is going to get ugly for GameStop, and there is a gap fill on the daily chart down to around $19.80. So watch that flush down to 1980, and in which, if it does happen, I will be adding calls as well as shares on GameStop personally. Nothing I say is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. As far as AMC goes, I'm expecting a jump up tomorrow or tonight after hours, right? Very simply, I expect AMC to finish out this blue cycle and finally get moving. It's going pretty slow, but I'm at least watching AMC to come up to between 6 and 630, and I'm still waiting for that level to be hit. As of right now, we're just channel trading sideways, slightly increasing, up 0.87%, exactly what we have said and what we have been tracking. And AMC's next step is to get another little leg up, and that is why I added some calls. After that, what happens? You enter a green cycle and you potentially get this massive move up. First, if the algorithms don't break, you're going to get rejected and top out around $21.30 or $20 even. Come back down and build a base right around $13.20. As of right now, this is just based on previous cycles and a macro descending resistance level on AMC. But we have a long ways to go, and if you did position yourself well enough in call contracts and this did play out, you would make your money back, and if not, more money's worth, just to put that out there. Also, another one that we have called out perfectly, Cassava Sciences, trading at $18.65, up 3.5% on the day. I wanted to bring this up once again. Lottery Sucks, I thought you closed your call contracts. Well, I did, for an over 100 and something percent gain, and that was called out in Discord. However, Cassava Sciences has been showing pretty good volume volume, pretty good strength, and usually when that happens in these green cycles, you see a second high. Okay, you saw it right here. This is the first high on Cassava, and then you saw a second high. Very simply, back here as well, first high, second high, first high, second high, so on and so forth. I think Cassava Sciences is just beginning right here. Watch for it to pull back a little bit, show some strength, and potentially gap up to around $27. That's hopefully what I'm watching for Cassava Sciences. Also, we're playing AMD earnings to the upside. Very risky. I actually got a little bit worried earlier today, and that is just because it broke under 136, which is a crucial level that I want it to hold above. AMD, complete YOLO play. I do not recommend anything. I'm not a financial advisor, but if you're going to follow me, it probably shouldn't be this one, to say the least. If we close under 136, I'm going to get smoked on my calls. Either way, anything can happen. I still assume AMD has potential to gap up to between 147 and 157.60. If not, and we get crushed, we're coming down to around 126 to 119. Also, other earnings we have after hours to pay attention to: Microsoft and Starbucks, so keep those on your radar as well. The SPY down 0.61%, trading at 541.45. Got a bounce off of this gap fill down here. This level was also called out in Discord right around 539.30, and we are getting a bounce here. If the SPY continues up, I'd watch for a rejection at 543 before coming lower. We have the Fed meeting tomorrow, which is going to essentially push the market one way or the other very aggressively. And my assumption to start the week was that it's going to go in the opposite direction as to wherever it's trending. As far as the trend goes, we are pointing downwards, meaning coming into tomorrow, I assume that the SPY would have had a pop. However, we are probably in the worst spot that we could be at coming into the meeting, seeing we are dead center in the middle of this channel, which is not what I wanted to see going into the Fed meeting. This makes it more risky than it could have been to even trade this. However, we did hold the middle of the channel. I think the SPY, depending on what the Fed says, and now it's just he say, she say, is going to cause this, is going to cause that, very dangerous, has a shot at flushing, touching the bottom of this zone right around 532, and then scaling back higher to get rejected at 538. And essentially, that would finish off our 6% correction. Okay, that's what we're watching. If we do get some good news, SPY to potentially come to the top of this range around 545, base around 543, and then break out of it to come up to around 550, 150. And in my opinion, this is the less likely scenario. I think the SPY is showing actual weakness to the downside, and as of right now, just going to be very, very scary to trade. But this is my outlook on the SPY. Let me know in the comments down below if you are trading it. Lastly, on top of the S&P 500, U.S. national debt has now hit 35 trillion, which is the most it has ever hit. Bitcoin needs to hold up here. It needs to hold this level in this rising wedge. If it breaks below, it's going to be very bearish for Bitcoin, and you could see a sell-off not only down to around 63,000, but a potential rebound, and then a flush all the way back to 57K if we break below this wedge, which is not something that we want to see. Seeing this, right, I think a good indication is after hours and coming into the morning. However Bitcoin reacts, you could kind of take, a couple percentages out of that and say, well, that's how the market's going to react. This is just the way I like to look at it. So I'm going to be watching Bitcoin closely overnight. Tesla also bounced on the bottom of this wedge right here, still showing that it has structure. Okay, not that it's bullish, not that it's bearish, but it has structure here. If Tesla closed under 220.50 right here, that would have been bearish. As of right now, we are holding on Tesla, looking good, but barely wants to get in this zone. Still showing a lot of weakness here on Tesla. I think depending on the earnings this week, you could see a flush down across the board in tech, Microsoft, Nvidia, and then Tesla is going to get hit as well. Now, Nvidia has now erased $1 trillion of market cap since its all-time high set on June 20th, which is going to bring us into the charts, breaking below several levels that we have called out. I think Nvidia is clear as day, coming down to $96, and I think that it would be an easy play, but again, it's Nvidia, very scary to trade, already down 5.26%. Going to keep watch on this as well for it to potentially close back above 107. If we close back above 107, I think that's the last resort for Nvidia to save itself. I want to put this at the end of the video, guys, because I think it's very important, and I think some of you need to see this. Keep grinding. You're close to hitting whatever it may be that you are searching for. And you can see right here, you don't want to give up because you never know what the next step is going to bring you. Overall, guys, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and most importantly, having post notifications on. Join the Discord. It's the third link under the video where you can come talk stocks with me and the most amazing people all day long. I also post my trades as soon as I take them. We post our gains, post our losses, and there's options trading alerts in there. It's a coffee a month. Get in the Discord. The second link under the video will help you pay for Discord. Once you open a Moomoo account and make a deposit into there, you will start earning up to 20 free stocks as well as 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash. Make sure to go do that, guys. Link is right under the video. You also get level 2 order book data for free, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges, and more. And the very top link under the video is for my custom indicator, in which you can go get a free trial right now to add to your TradingView charts. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.